I sold my house for $1. That is not a joke. That is not a trick. I signed the papers. I handed over the keys. I walked away with a single coin in my pocket and a storm in my chest. People think the story is about money. It is not. It is about fear. It is about guilt. It is about a night that moved too fast. The fastest date in history. And the house that never let me forget it. 5 years ago, my life looked normal from the outside. I had a small white house at the end of a quiet street. The paint was fading. The fence leaned a little. But it was mine. The house stood in a calm neighborhood just outside the city. Trees lined the road. At night, the wind moved through the leaves like soft whispers. During the day, children rode bikes in circles. It looked safe. It felt safe. But safety can be a lie. The house had 2 floors and a small attic. The floors creaked in the cold. The pipes knocked when the water ran too long. It was old. Not broken, just old. I told myself every sound had a reason. Until the night everything changed. It started with a message on my phone. I had been single for a long time. I told people I was busy. The truth was I was tired of trying. Tired of small talk. Tired of pretending. But that night, I was bored. So I agreed to meet someone I barely knew. It was supposed to be simple. One dinner, 1 hour. Nothing serious. She arrived late. Or maybe I arrived too early. Time felt strange from the start. She smiled, but her eyes looked distant, like she was thinking about something else. The date moved fast, too fast. We ordered, we ate. We barely spoke. My heart felt tight, but I ignored it. I told myself I was just nervous. Then she said something that made my blood run cold. She asked about my house. Not in a normal way. Not like someone making conversation. She knew details I had never shared. The color of the back door. The broken step near the garden. The small crack in the kitchen window. I felt the air leave my lungs. I asked how she knew. She did not answer. She just smiled. The bill came. The dinner had lasted less than 20 minutes. The fastest date in my life. She stood up and said she had to go. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. I sat there alone. My hands shook. When I reached home, the lights in the house were on. I was sure I had turned them off. The front door was locked. The windows were closed. Nothing looked broken. But something felt wrong. The air felt heavy, thick. I walked inside slowly. The smell hit me first, not bad, not good. Just different. Like dust mixed with rain. I checked every room. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was moved. Yet I felt watched. That night, I did not sleep. At exactly 3:17 a.m., I heard footsteps in the attic. Slow. Careful steps. The attic had no floorboards strong enough to walk on like that. I knew every inch of that house. I had fixed it with my own hands. The steps continued for 5 full minutes. Then silence. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed up. The attic was empty, but the small round window was open. I never opened that window. The next morning, I found something on the kitchen table. A single coin. $1? I stood there staring at it. My mind raced. I had locked the door. The I was sure of it. I searched for cameras in the house.net. I called a locksmith and changed every lock. I told myself someone was playing a prank. The next night, the power went out at exactly 3:17 a.m. Darkness swallowed the house. Then I heard it again. Footsteps. Not in the attic this time. On the stairs. Slow, heavy, closer. I stayed frozen in my bed. The steps stopped outside my bedroom door. Then 3 knocks. Soft, calm, slow. I did not move. I did not breathe. After a long minute, the sound faded. When morning came, the coin was back on the kitchen table. This time there were 2 coins. $2. I felt something break inside me. The house was not just wood and bricks anymore. It felt alive. Watching, waiting. I went back to the restaurant where I had met her. I asked about her name. The staff looked confused. They said no one by that name had made a reservation. They checked the cameras. I watched the footage. I saw myself sitting alone, talking to no one. My chair across the table was empty the whole time. My heart pounded so hard I thought I would fall. Had I imagined her? No. I remembered her voice, her eyes, her smile. But the video showed nothing. That night, I searched online for the history of my house. One found old records. A family had lived there 30 years ago. A young woman had disappeared without a trace. Her photo stopped me cold. It was her. The same eyes. The same smile. The report said she was last seen leaving her home for a date. She never came back. I closed my laptop slowly. My hands were numb. At 3:17 a.m., the lights flickered on by themselves. I did not wait this time. I ran to the attic. The window was open again. And written in dust on the wooden beam were 3 words. Sell it now. The coins were lined up along the floor. 5 of them. $5. I felt a wave of panic. Not loud, not wild. Just deep and heavy. Like the house was pushing me out. I called a real estate agent the next morning. I told her I wanted to sell fast. She looked at the market. She named a good price. I said no. I told her I wanted to sell it for $1. She stared at me like I had lost my mind. Maybe I had. The papers were prepared. The listing went up. People laughed at the price. They thought it was a trick. But one man answered seriously. He did not ask questions. He did not negotiate. He just said he would take it. We met in the empty living room. The house felt quiet. Too quiet. He signed. I signed. $1 changed hands. As I gave him the keys, he looked at me for a long second. Then he said something that chilled me. He said, "It always chooses someone." I did not respond. I walked away. I did not look back. I moved to a small apartment across town. No attic, no stairs, no history. Just white walls and silence. For weeks, nothing happened. I slept better. I worked more. I tried to forget, but the dream started. In every dream, I was back at that dinner table, sitting across from an empty chair. The clock on the wall always read 3:17. Then I would see the coin spinning on the table. Spinning, spinning, never falling. One evening, I checked the news online. A small article caught my eye. A man had disappeared from his home. The address was my old address. The new owner. Gone. No sign of forced entry. No sign of struggle. just gone. And on the kitchen table, the police found something. A single coin. $1? My chest felt tight again. I told myself it was not my problem anymore. I had escaped. I had done what the message told me to do. Sell it now. But what if the house was never the prison? What if I was? I started to remember small things from that night at the restaurant. Moments that did not make sense. The way she looked at me when she asked about the house. The way she smiled when I mentioned I lived alone. Maybe that was the key. The house did not want to be empty. It wanted someone inside. Someone who would listen. Someone who would stay. I thought selling it would end the story, but it only passed it on. Guilt grew inside me like a shadow. I had given that house to someone else. For $1, I had run from the fear and handed it to a stranger. The fastest sale in history. The worst decision of my life. I went back one night. I told myself I just wanted closure. Just one look from the outside. The street looked the same. The trees moved softly in the wind. The windows were dark. I stood across the road and stared at the house. At 3:17 a.m., one light turned on upstairs. The attic window opened slowly. I felt my legs weaken. Then I saw a shape standing behind the glass. Not clear, not sharp, just a shadow, watching me. I stepped back. The light went out. The window closed. Silence returned. I realized something in that moment. The house was not haunting me. It was reminding me. I had ignored the signs. I had ignored the fear. I had rushed into something without thinking. That date, that meeting, that moment, I had stepped into a story that had already begun long before me. The fastest date in history was not about romance. It was an invitation. And I accepted. Maybe she was never a person. Maybe she was the house calling me, drawing me in. The coins were not money. They were time. A countdown. A warning. $1? That was the price of my escape. But escape has a cost. Even now, years later, I cannot keep coins in my apartment. I do not carry cash. I avoid the sound of metal hitting metal. The smallest clink makes my heart race. I never dated again. Not because I am scared of people. Because I am scared of invitations. Some doors open too easily. Some smiles hide old stories. And some houses do not want to be left alone. I tell this story not to scare you, not to shock you, but to remind you. If something feels wrong, do not ignore it. If a place feels heavy, listen to that weight. If a moment moves too fast, slow it down. The night I agreed to that dinner, I felt a small voice telling me to stay home. I did not listen. The night I heard the first footsteps, I told myself it was nothing. I did not listen. The morning I saw the first coin, I tried to explain it away. I did not listen. Sometimes the signs are simple, clear, quiet. But we are too busy to notice. I sold my house for $1 to escape my past. But the truth is, the past does not live in walls. It lives in choices. The house still stands at the end of that quiet street. People say it is empty now. No one stays long. Lights turn on at night. Windows open on their own. And sometimes, on the kitchen table, there is a single coin, waiting. If you ever pass by a house that feels too quiet, too still, too watchful, do not be brave for no reason. Do not stay just because it is yours. And if someone you have never met asks you strange questions about where you live and smiles like they already know the answer, trust your fear. Some dates end quickly, some houses sell cheaply, but some decisions echo for a lifetime. I sold my house for